So you want off-grid freedom, you actually need power that works. Because when I first built this van, I got the power completely wrong. We killed 2 chest freezers full of meat in 1 week, and the cheap MPPT controller that I bought literally melted. I had no idea what I was doing. So if you want to run everything, your gaming PC, your Starlink, your air conditioning, all without constantly worrying or nearly burning down your van, this is the full, honest walkthrough. Stay tuned, because I'm going to show you the one mistake that cost me hundreds of dollars and how you can skip it. So here's the truth. I am not a certified electrician. I am a completely stubborn DIYer who spent months watching tutorials, reading forums, and I still managed to almost start a fire twice. But after ripping everything out and rebuilding it properly, we have finally landed on a system that is reliable, efficient, and genuinely beginner friendly. Warning, legal time, this video isn't advice. It's a blueprint of exactly what works for me. Powering a full-time van life with no compromises. We'll cover the solar panel, our massive 600 amp hour battery bank, our inverter, and the brains of our operation, our Victron MPPT. This thing that the MPPT keeps the whole thing sane. And along the way, I'm gonna share those expensive mistakes so you don't have to make them. We're gonna start with the roof because that's where the journey to real power begins. All right, up top, we are running a 450 watt SunPower panel. Plenty for 2 people with a fridge, Starlink, and a rice cooker, and a toaster. The panel is wired straight into our brains, the Victron 100x50 MPPT solar charge controller. Don't cheap out here. My first one, a $60 MPPT, my first one, a $60 eBay special, warped from heat and died, nearly killing me in the process. I woke up to a smell of burning plastic and spoiled meat. So if you take one lesson from this section, it's that this one component, the controller, dictates the reliability of your entire system. And we went with the Victron and the app that lets me monitor everything from bed. It's a small thing, but it's a quality of life upgrade for full-time living. Everything is wired with safe, thick 6-gauge cable, crucially protected with a 50 amp fuse. Under the bed is the heart of our system, 3 200 amp hour Kings lithium batteries, wired in a parallel system. So that means that our 200 amp 3 batteries gives us 600 amp hours total. Now, I'm not saying that you need this much, but we run the Starlink, a huge 110 litre upright fridge that I'm leaning against, the EcoFlow Wave 2 aircon, and my ASUS ROG Ally gaming portable system, sometimes all at once. The more capacity simply equals less stress. Now, before this upgrade, we were running 1 battery and we were constantly hitting our 20% charge, probably by morning. Add the AC and we were rationing power. The upgrade wasn't about bragging about how many amp hours we had, it was about making our life actually livable. And now, even on cloudy days, the system recovers fast because we use thicker cable and proper fuses. Nothing even gets warm. Well, warmer than it should at ambient temperature, which is 35 degrees today. But that's kind of the boring reliability that you start to crave after enough chaos. If you take one step to improve your safety and longevity, it's this. Thicker cables, more fuses. You will never regret either of those choices. So, how does this huge battery bank actually power our toaster? That's the job of our 1500 watt inverter. It handles all of our 240 volt needs, our toaster, our rice cooker, the EcoFlow. For us, the 1500 watts is the sweet spot. More is a little bit overkill, less means frustrating prioritization. We do also have a 25 amp AC to DC charger for when we have campground hookups or when I'm bludgeoning power from my brother or my mum. And this is a game changer during stretches of bad weather. Even when I'm not around family, being able to stay at a powered campground and top up our batteries, beautiful. You can top up your batteries overnight without needing the sun in one camp night. I once forgot to turn the inverter off before bed and woke up to find that the idle drawer had wasted hours of our charge. It's a really tiny detail, but now it's a part of my nightly mental checklist. The Victron app saves me here. I can instantly see if something is pulling unnecessary power. And here's the payoff. Mornings are coffee and Starlink. During the days we're editing and charging. The Wave 2 AC kicks on during heat waves, and it's surprisingly manageable on the whole system. Everything is a balancing act, but with 600 amp hours, it's a gentle balance. The fridge barely touches it. The toaster and the AC are our heavy hitters. And the reward for all of that setup? Real freedom. I can game, edit, and stream from the middle of nowhere. There's no panic, no juggling devices, no please let there be sun tomorrow. None of that desperation, just uninterrupted comfort. No one tells you how satisfying it is to hear your properly wired inverter beep and know that it's running smoothly. So that is our complete power blueprint. It's not about being complicated, it is about being balanced and safe. 1 450 watt panel, 3 200 amp hour batteries, 50 amp fuses everywhere, and a solid inverter, and the smarts of the Victron MPPT. If I had rebuilt this today, I wouldn't change the foundation. It is the perfect sweet spot for our lifestyle. If you would like to know exactly how all of this is wired up, I will include a PDF with my kind of setup and how I've wired everything up, where my fuses are, if you would like to jump into the description below. And if you are building your own setup, please learn from my mistakes. Cheap gear costs twice as much. Buy once, cry once. Investing in the Victron monitoring and the EcoFlow Wave 2 is what makes this system genuinely comfortable from day to day. I have linked every component that we trust below, including beginner safe cable kits. If this blueprint was helpful, please hit subscribe. And then later on in the week, we are tackling how we cook in the van without tripping our breakers or losing our minds or our wallets. And yes, it is just as chaotic as it sounds. Ooh, watch these videos. Ooh, look at them up there. Ooh, they're light and airy. Free for you to watch things. Ooh, ooh, look at them, click them. Again, unless you're on mobile, and this is just the weirdest part of the whole video for you. But watch more of my videos. Okay, bye.